Good morning. Today is Friday, April 16th. No walking for me this morning because Jim and I are like the old couple. We're going to the doctor's together. I have a dentist appointment. I'm going to check this tooth that's been bothering me. And Jim has a chiropractor appointment. And they're both back where we used to live in the same area. It's about a 15-minute drive from here. And the doctor's offices are within what would you say, quarter mile of each other, if that. They're very close. So Jim's going to drop me off at the dentist, go get his back cracked, as he likes to say, and then come back and pick me up. And then on with my day. I probably will walk this afternoon, but I do have to do my meeting highlights. So we're going to be on our way now. Jim's going to be turning the radio on, so we will talk to you guys soon. I have a squirrel in my tree. I guess the squirrels are finally coming back to my area. He's trying to figure out a way to get to the feeder. Now he's just up there thinking. He's thinking, what way can we go? What way can I go? Oh, he's going up. That's not the way to go. You're not going to get to the feeders that way. There he goes over there. He's going to try again. I think he's just given up. I really do think he's just going to give up. He's thinking. Okay, can't see him anymore. We've gone from having no squirrels in my neighborhood to squirrels everywhere. I love it. I absolutely love it. We have all these squirrels. I know they're rodents. I know that. But I miss them. I don't know. There's just some kind of a. I thought he was on my bird feeder, but it's just a really big bird. It's one of those black birds with the red feathers. Anyway, I get so excited. But we do have birthdays today. Today is Rosie Muro's birthday. Rosie, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rosie. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Carolyn Blackmon, B-L-A-C-K-M-O-N, Blackmon. It's Carolyn's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carolyn. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you both have a great birthday. Like I said, Jim and I are getting so old, we went and do our appointments together. In our old neighborhood is where Jim always went to a chiropractor, and I always went to the dentist. I've been going to the same dentist since 1986. I'm sure I got a file about that big. Even though my teeth look like this, I go to the dentist every 6 months. Jim's always had back problems since he had that little incident where he fell and hurt his back and got burnt when he got electrocuted. Well, you know the story. But anyway, and I notice I do this a lot. When I'm editing, I'm thinking, okay, push your glasses right about now. You're going to go like that. I'm so predictable. So anyway, it's about 20 minutes from here. So we decided to go together. So he dropped me off, and then my appointment was supposed to be a half an hour. So he dropped me off about 10 to 10. My appointment was at 10 o'clock. I usually weigh myself every morning at 10:30. I weighed myself this morning at 8:30, and I did have a 0.8 gain. I wasn't expecting a loss, but I didn't really think I'd have that big of a gain. But, you know, like different times that you weigh yourself can make a difference. So I wasn't really anticipating a loss, so I wasn't really that disappointed. But anyway, so he dropped me off about 10 to 10, and we both had a 10 o'clock appointment. The dentist took me right away, so that worked out really well for me. And I went in there, and I told you that this tooth on this side has been bothering me a lot lately. And so he told me I had to go for a scaling, whatever that means. My teeth are really, really bad. And the first time, see, pushing my glasses, I'm going to try to make myself more aware of that so I don't do it so often, because it's a habit, which is one of the things they talked about at our meeting highlights is habits. Not that that's a bad habit. But anyway, when I told you when we grew up, I didn't really realize how poor we were, and I didn't go to the dentist for the first time till I was like 10 or 11 years old, and I think I had like 27 cavities because I eat a lot of sugar, obviously. And so I've always gone to the dentist since then, but my teeth have never been the best. They're really, they're spacey and they're, whatever. So anyway, the two teeth, my two molars on both sides are like hanging on for dear life. And this tooth on this side, he's been wanting to pull for the last 10 years. He keeps saying, I'm surprised it's made it this long. So now they're doing everything they can to keep it in because they can see it's a determined tooth like I am. I'm determined to stay there. So Jim dropped me off. He went to his appointment. They took me right away. And he said, well, when we're working on your tooth, it's going to be really close to the nerve and the root. So I am going to give you a small shot of Novocaine just so you don't have any pain with it. And I said, oh, okay, So then he shows me my x-ray. I don't know what the heck I'm looking at, but you know what? Okay, I'll look at it. And he's showing me, this needs to be done. And I said, okay. So he gets out the needle to give me the shot of Novocaine, which needles don't bother me. And he went to put it in, and he's going on this side of the mouth. And I went, wait a minute. And so he backs up real quick, and he goes, what? And I go, I think you're giving me the shot of Novocaine on the wrong side. And he says, well, what are you talking about? And I go, I think you're working on the wrong tooth. He says, yeah. Oh my gosh, am I working on the wrong tooth? He says, I'm glad you pointed that out. And so then he goes and looks at the x-rays again. And I said, well, the only reason I say that is because when I was going to get my knee replaced, when they gave me the shot, the spinal to numb my legs so they could do the knee surgery, they found out that they numbed the wrong knee. And so they were going to be operating on a knee I was going to feel every little bit of pain. So I'm very conscious now of paying attention to what they're going to numb. And so he looked at it again and he said, well, no, I'm looking at the x-rays and no, I'm working on the right tooth. And I go, well, this is the one that's bothering me. So he said, well, let me look at it. And he looked over there and he said, well, yeah, I can do a little bit of scaling on that one too. And I go, oh, so I'm going to have both sides of my mouth numb? And he said, no, the other side, it's not near a root or a nerve cell, so I can do it, like if you feel some pain, let me know, and, like I'll stop. But he said, no, shouldn't need anything. And while we're waiting for the other side to numb up, that'll give me time to work on that side, rather than we'll just sit here chit-chatting. Because he's a very friendly dentist. He says, I'll just work on that side. So I said, oh, okay. He made so much noise, and he was scraping so much, and it sounded like it should have hurt. It really did. It sounded like it should have hurt for all the work he was doing. And he kept saying, are you in any pain? And I went, no. I said, I'm aware you're working on the tooth, but it's not hurting. And he says, oh, that's good to know, whatever. So he got that tooth all done. And then he went and he worked on the other tooth because the Novocaine had taken hold. And my whole appointment was like 15, 20 minutes. That was it. So that wasn't too bad. So I have to go back in a month. Whatever he did, he scaled it, whatever that means. And then he put some kind of medicine inside the tooth to keep from bacteria building up and getting an infection. And this tooth doesn't hurt anymore either. It was a 2-for-1. I know he'll charge me for both. I know that, but it's so worth it because now this tooth that he worked on, because he had to work on it so much, and it's now that my Novocaine is wearing off, it doesn't hurt, but I'm aware he did work on it. I am aware that he did work on it, but this one feels so much better already. It really does. So anyway, I got done with my appointment and I looked for Jim and he wasn't out there, so I thought, oh, he must be running late. So I texted him to let him know that I was done. So I had to wait about 5 minutes for him, and then he picked me up. And then when David bought his truck last month, he bought a used truck, and they lost the second set of keys because they think one of the other service managers or something had the key, and he was on vacation for a couple of weeks. But they had called and said that they had found the key and that we could come in and pick it up because it's like $300 to get a replacement key. So we went, we picked up the key, and we got that. And then Jim wanted to look at Dunham's for some hunting stuff that he needed. And the Target is right down the street, down the mall from it. And I had a coupon for a free Starbucks drink, which is 7 points. I tracked it. And so I thought, well, I can't really eat anything for breakfast, so I'll just use my 7 points for my Mag and Dragon Fruit Starbucks drink that I really like. and that'll just be my breakfast. Okay, just made myself aware, touching my glasses. I know that's going to get annoying, so I won't point it out anymore. Just know that I'm aware of it. But, so I got he says, just wait here in the doorway, and then I'll come and pick you up after I see, because they're not going to have what I want, because he's looking for, what's he looking for? Jim makes his own bullets. Primers. He's looking for his own primers. And they're very scarce because of everything that's going on. They're very hard to find, and it's a hit and miss, so you got to go there and hope that it's there. So he went down there to look, and there's a Starbucks inside Target, which is way faster than the actual Starbucks location that is across the street from the mall. Because if you go across the street from the mall to go to that Starbucks, you're in line at least a half an hour because there's so many people going to that Starbucks. But if you take the time to park the car, walk into the Starbucks, get your drink, get back into the car, it's like 15 minutes at the most. So anyway, I get my drink, and I'm waiting for Jim. And he's nowhere to be found. I can't find him anywhere. So I start to walk down to where he's at, and I don't see his truck. So I'm thinking, oh, you know what? He's probably taking another route to get to. I better get back to Target. So I go back to Target waiting for Jim. And there's no Jim. So I thought, I'm just going to walk down there again. Because, I didn't want to just stand. It was a little chilly and it was too cold just standing in one spot. So I walk down there and I do see Jim walking into the store. And he says, just wait in the lobby. I'll be right out. So I get down to the store and I'm waiting in the lobby. And I'm thinking, I'm not going to wait in the lobby like I'm a doorman or something. So I went looking for him in the store. And so I find him, and he was talking to a clerk. And, like the guy is like backing up away from Jim, and Jim's moving closer. And then the guy keeps backing up, and Jim's moving closer. And then I look, and I'm trying to think, what the heck's going on? And then I notice Jim doesn't have his mask on. Jim wears his mask everywhere. And so then I go, excuse me, sir. And he looks at me, and I have to pretend like I didn't know him. I said, excuse me, sir, you don't own a mask? And he goes, well, yes, I own a mask. And then he realized he didn't have a mask on. It was in his pocket. So he pulled it out. And the man that was helping him, the clerk, he just kind of looked at me like, thank you so much. And then just to be real that I am, I walked away like I didn't know him. That's only what I would do. But then I did walk back and acknowledge that we were together. But they didn't have what he needed anyhow. So then we came home and we watched some TV shows, and that was the rest of my day. I haven't eaten anything yet because the Novocaine is just starting to wear off a little bit, so I'll probably just have dinner tonight. But anyway, that's it for my day. I like I said, I didn't go for a walk because by the time we got home and did our little bit of running that we did, but I'm definitely going to walk tomorrow. I don't know what I told Denise. When I wake up, I'm going to walk. I'm not getting up to go for a walk. Is what I have been doing this week, because Denise gets up at 7:30, 8 o'clock, something like that, and so she's up and waiting until 9 o'clock is like waiting. I know how that is to wait to do something. So I told her that I can always take a nap or fall asleep in a chair, but on the weekends I'm going to walk when I wake up. So that's my plan for this weekend. That's about it. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. As always, stay safe, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Okay, last thing I did forget. The cartoon that I'm sharing today, it was sent to me through my email from Karen Newcomb, N-E-C-O-M-B, Newcomb. Well, Karen sent me the cartoon, and I found it very cute, and so I'm going to share it. So thank you, Karen, for sending me the cartoon.